Hello and welcome to those unfortunate few who find our article on Jade, whether or not she'll be a good addition to the storm of fecal matter that is current Star Wars.
She won't be.
I hate life.
Yeah, quick answer. No, she won't be. You guys killed off her entire existence. Uh,
Long answer, no. Again.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, well, long answer is no! Which was
Yeah.
on for a little bit.
Add some extra O's.
Yeah, just let that go on for like 15 minutes and that'll be your answer. But who knows? Maybe this guy has a good idea. A Mara Jade movie could be cool, but unfortunately, you've deleted her entire existence, so I'm not entirely sure where you'd fit in without making her just a new character with the same name, which is kind of like what they did with Thrawn, so maybe they would do it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at Thrawn, he's cool. Look at all the neat shit he did in the books. You're like, yeah, he did do a bunch of neat shit. However, he didn't do any of that shit, so he's not neat anymore now. He does have a sweet theme song, though.
Does have a sweet theme and a sweet voice actor.
Yes. He was probably my favorite part of Rebels, honestly, but...
That's fair.
When the character of Mara Jade was first introduced in Timothy Zahn's follow-up to the original Star Wars trilogy, Heir to the Empire, the character soon established herself as a fan favorite. Between her fascinating history with the Emperor, her redemption, and Mara Jade's relationship with Luke Skywalker, fans couldn't help but feel a great character was being thrown away when she, along with many other expanded universe characters, was relegated to Star Wars Legends after Disney bought Lucasfilms in 2012.
Short answer to that article is, yeah, fuck Disney. That was a really shit decision.
Yep.
Yeah.
But with the franchise stepping away from the Skywalker saga, and with a love for other Star Wars spin-offs like The Mandalorian, focusing on other parts of the galaxy, perhaps a Mara Jade solo movie could come to fruition, and finally bring the character back to Star Wars canon.
No, keep her in Legends, man.
Keep her away from this Disney shit.
I don't
And
see how
also-
they could.
Yeah, her whole thing was...
Neither of you have watched Season 3 of The Mandalorian, have you?
No, fuck that.
Thankfully.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Bo-Katan does everything.
Yeah, even though
sure.
she should be like a 65-year-old woman.
Yeah, it's
I've been told.
it's not great. I don't understand. Like, Baby Yoda somehow gets the droid to fly from the planet that that the Mandalorians captured on. He flies off the planet to a different planet that's nearby, goes to the palace where Bo-Katan's sitting around not doing anything, gets in Bo-Katan's ship, flies back to the planet that the Mandalorian was captured on by a robot that wants to drink his blood. And, like, they go down in there, and she kills everything much easier than he did. She can use the Darksaber, because for some odd reason, she's worthy to be the leader, so it's not hard for her to use. I don't know, it's stupid. And then she rescues him, because the thing didn't start sucking her blood till, like, she showed up in the room.
Well, thankfully he wasn't dead by that point.
Yeah.
That would take a long time.
Yeah, well, you know,
it drained
time
about
doesn't exist.
a drop an hour or so.
I mean, that fucking... When he sticks the needle in him, it looks like it's really sucking his blood out. But like I say, he doesn't start doing it for some reason until, like, right when he gets there. Or right when she gets there.
Bad writing, editing, and bad everything. I'm curious on how the fuck this article is going to go about saying to bring Mara Jade back, considering her whole thing. Well, the main reason that a lot of people ended up liking her is because she married Luke Skywalker, and as we know, according to Disney's nonsense, they thought a great idea for Luke Skywalker would be floating rocks, cutting himself off from the Force, and being a grumpy old Jake.
Mm-hmm. And having a big funny laugh when he threw the lightsaber away.
I do like the name Luke Skinwalker, though, for him, for the CGI, for the AI Luke.
That's so... Yeah.
Luke Skinwalker. I think it works really well. It describes him perfectly.
It is.
A little bit.
Because, like, he doesn't talk right.
You're talking about the
Yeah, well-
Mandalorian Season 2 finale one, right?
Yeah. You don't really see it a lot in that one, but when he's training Baby Yoda in Boba Fett, you know, the series that Boba Fett's an old retard, and uh,
Mhm.
despite him being younger than Bo-Katan. Um, yeah, like
That's a good point. I hate life even more now.
That's what happens when you can't write for characters and give them their
yeah,
own fucking ideas.
yeah, like Boba Fett is younger than Bo-Katan, by the way, by quite a bit.
Good
'Cause
10 to 15 years,
she
I
was already,
think.
He's a clone.
yeah, because he's
He's 10 in
well,
episode 2.
he's 10 episode 2. In the Clone Wars show, Bo-Katan's like almost 30. And now Boba Fett's an old man and she's not an old woman like she should be,
Hmm.
which is goofy.
The only
But
thing I could say about that is maybe they brought back the clone disease, but the fact that they hadn't said anything about it doesn't make any sense.
oh yeah, that and the fact that he's supposed to be a genetic copy, not a clone.
Yeah.
Well, he's still a clone, but he's not like he doesn't have like the growth increase or anything like that. He's just like a perfect copy of Jango.
Well, yeah, but that was old EU. The old
Right.
canon was.
Well, no, that's
he
in
had
that's
the...
in episode 2. The
No,
manga.
no, I meant the clone disease thing.
Oh, okay.
So I could see them
I
just
don't.
pulling that out of their out of the bag of tricks that they say they don't have.
Or they'd be
Mhm.
like, true Mandalorians don't age.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what. No, yeah, true Mandalorians, they just don't age. Mandalore the Ultimate, yeah, he's standing right over there. Anyway, let's continue this article.
Maria Jade's solo film could be a perfect way to bring the character back into Star Wars canon, given the number of Legends characters and planets that have been brought back to the franchise in recent years, chief of which was his Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I think he's the only one.
Yeah, whose story, though not identical to his Legends counterpart, still remained mostly the same in his retooled Star Wars Rebels reintroduction, with perhaps some changes to accommodate her reintroduction to canon. Mara Jade has a rich history to explore.
That is. I like how they. Oh, yeah, like all the things they've brought back, Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned Dark Troopers in Mandalorian, I think.
Yeah, Luke kills them. A
Yeah,
bunch of them.
they don't look like Dark Troopers, but, they mentioned them. And
Yeah.
that is, I think. No, because Kyle
I mean-
Katarn and the Moldy Crow make an appearance in the X-Wing game, don't they? They don't.
I have no idea. I never played it.
Yeah, you have.
I don't know.
The tabletop miniatures game.
Oh, Mara Jade's in that too. So
Is she?
that just that uses a whole bunch of shit from the old EU.
Fuck, I hate Disney. All right, continuing.
Because, yeah, sorry.
That's okay. A prequel film could potentially explain her time as an Emperor's Hand, a dip into the spy genre that could see her take on any number of intriguing threats or characters within this realm. Another take could see her learn the full scope of the Emperor's treatment of her, exploring her struggles and the inevitable issues that would arise from being raised as an assassin. This could even lead to her encountering her Legends husband, Luke Skywalker. Won't happen. Who is in the Mandalorian timeline, who in the Mandalorian timeline is currently attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order.
Does this guy think the Mandalorian timeline is different from the sequel trilogy timeline?
It's a fucking writer for CBR. He probably has an IQ that almost reaches the double digits.
Impressive.
Fair enough.
Okay, so fucking hell with that paragraph.
Yep.
The spy genre, the well-known Star Wars thing. You know how you make a movie that feels like Star Wars? Fucking 007 and Mission Impossible.
Mm.
I mean, they already kind of tried that with Solo, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
It can
Who'd've
be done,
thought?
but there's no way Disney would be able to do it.
No.
No, it could absolutely be done. Star Wars is a big universe. You could fit a lot of shit in it. There were a lot of Legends books that had weird premises.
But you gotta think about this from they're talking about a movie, so I'm gonna treat it like a Disney movie would be
Yeah,
treated.
They would turn her into Black Widow too.
Yeah.
Taskmaster and all.
I have no idea what they would do.
Yeah, and learn the full scope of the Empire's treatment of her. So the author wants some girl boss energy.
Yeah,
most likely.
She'd probably be like way stronger than Darth Vader was, but she has to remain in the shadows because the Emperor doesn't want Darth Vader to know about her or some nonsense.
And the Emperor said there, Mara Jade, you are
Yeah,
the strongest. You will be my new heir to my empire because you are so awesome.
Or they would go the other route that they tend to do. This would probably be what they'd actually be like, "Ooh, yeah, you're really good. You're stronger than Vader. You're smarter than me. You have better force powers than both of us combined. However, I can't have a girl as my apprentice."
That is true.
What would the other Sith say?
What other shit? There's only supposed to be two of you.
Not talk about that. We don't stick to our own canon anymore.
And,
I have a whole plethora. Of
you know, that is fair. It's got a whole planet of
Or
Episode
he'd
9.
be like, absolutely simping over her. He'd be like, "We could rule the galaxy as husband and wife."
Oh my! Now I just got this image.
I can't wait till we have a grandchild named Ray.
Oh,
We do actually call her Ray, by the way. I'm contractually obligated.
I just got this fucking grotesque image in my head of Mara Jade just being sweet talked by crusty old ass Emperor.
They don't call him Creamy Sheev for no reason.
You can call me Sheev. Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Oh no!
Do it.
Creamy Sheen Palpatine.
Creamy Sheev. Palpatine. It's great, Mara Jade. You're almost 14 years old, too. This is the perfect age for a relationship in modern Star Wars.
Oh no! Don't give them more ideas. Continue with this pain.
With her long-running history within Star Wars Legends, and the love many fans of the franchise still have for her character, many would undoubtedly be thrilled at the prospect of a Mara Jade film. As reported by Screen Rant, Timothy Zahn has even said, if there was a generic or organic spot to fit into a story, I promise people I will pitch it to the Lucasfilm story group, and then it's their decision whether to allow it or not.
So, like, if there was, let's say, if there was a time to introduce Mara Jade as a character, right? If there was a time to do it, it was when Luke was on that island by himself. You, instead of having to be on the island by himself, you have to be there with Mara Jade, and they're rebuilding the Jedi Order on that temple together. Would have made so much more sense than the stupid, nihilistic, don't meet your heroes bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's super.
That would have been the
edge.
time to that would have been the time to introduce her. Now, if they introduce her, like, I feel like they would actually go with the cuck Luke Skywalker route, but
She would cuck Luke Skywalker in order to sleep with the Mandalorian to make the Mandalorian seem cool.
it would be Bo-Katan. She's the main character.
It'd be Grogu. Don't get your hopes up.
It is Disney, after all.
I hate it.
No, I feel like she would probably just be the Emperor's, because like the Emperor, I don't remember what they officially said Rey came from, but I feel like that would be the route they would go. Like,
She came from the Emperor's secret family.
yeah, she's either the Emperor's daughter, and then her kid is Rey, and
I could see them doing
They-
that too.
they-
Really is a
like-
Skywalker.
like this is how I feel like they would actually introduce her. She'd actually be like the Emperor's kid, and then she would meet Luke, and they would have Rey, and she would dump Rey off in the desert for some reason, and just fuck off to the end of the galaxy, so that they could bring her back for episode 10.
Episode 10 of
And,
The Mandalorian season 7.
No, just the episode 10 is in the 10th movie, so they could bring her back and have her and Rey go on adventures.
And she would be super apathetic about Luke dying.
She'd be more sad about the Emperor dying, because that was her grandpa or something.
Grandpapa
Or her dad. I don't know. I just feel like that'd be like the kind of route they would probably take to have her
Creamy
fit
Sheev,
in.
Palpatine.
However, that would require some
Horrible.
talent in writing and a lot of horrible to make work. I don't think you could make it good, but I think you could make it work. I just don't think they have the talent to do it, because I've seen a lot of Disney stuff. Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian. He's the reason Mandalorians exist. Why isn't he a Mandalorian? It will never not annoy me.
Before people bring up, oh, well, that was established in Clone Wars. Hi, dog. Where that came from was Pre-Vizsla, and there was a very easy route to go around this. Pre-Vizsla lied. It was that simple. Because in Legends, before the Clone Wars came out, Pre-Vizsla got fucking murdered by Jango Fett.
It is true.
So you could just say this is a new Pre-Vizsla, or the guy, it's his brother, or he took the name or some shit. They ever needed to really go into it, and Pre-Vizsla just hates fucking Jango Fett, so he lied. That it would take all 3 seconds to keep the old canon and even the Clone Wars canon consistent with that. But no, Disney had to fuck off and be stupid. I hate it.
Anyway.
Anyway.
One more paragraph.
Yep. Arguably one of the best Legends character behind Grand Admiral Thrawn, Mara Jade would most certainly be an ideal candidate for a solo film. With a wealth of history behind her to mine from and connections to canon that could be utilized for a number of fascinating ways. Exploring the character could see a more morally complex take on the Jedi that hasn't been seen.
I doubt they would do that first off.
No.
And second, I do think fantastical ways would have been better than fascinating ways.
Also, yeah, that's what we need. More morally gray, complex Jedi. That's so interesting.
It's weird now that straight up heroes just have to be so rare.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up heroes aren't realistic. And that's why the genre is called fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Even Star Wars is basically a fantasy genre. Even if at one point in time you could argue the Force was different from magic, but now you can't.
Not anymore.
Anywho,
Lauren Fletcher, you author, you sure did.
It's a nothing article. It doesn't actually say anything.
Yeah, I was actually assuming there would be substance to this article, but it's really just...
No, it's just hey, they could do this, and they might do this, and they could do this, or they might even be able to do that. And it's, yeah, maybe. I could have just wrote that fucking for 5 paragraphs. Yeah, maybe.
The worst thing you could say about the author is that she is over-expecting.
Yeah. I don't really have a problem with what she wrote specifically, other than there was nothing in it.
Yeah,
a lack of substance.
Hollow. Yeah, no substance. She's writing articles to get paid, obviously. So this is probably
fangirling.
Yeah, Mara Jade would have been a cool female character for them to add, but I do think they've missed their mark for that.
Episode 8. That was their last chance.
The only way they could do it is if it was heavily retconned. And then people would go back and watch the show and be like, this doesn't work.
She got killed by Ben.
Yeah.
Maybe she was on Thrawn's ship and she's with Ezra now.
No.
It's like, well, why didn't Luke say anything about her when he was talking to Ben? Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Got killed by Kylo, but Luke didn't need to say anything about that to Kylo. He got over it. He's a Jedi. Or something.
He's a Jedi now.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah.
Jake Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Skinwalker Luke, we got Jake Skywalker.
The only good thing that would be if Mara Jade was actually brought into the new canon is I know she'd be played by like...
I don't even know if like her... Well, first of all, I don't know who would play her, because they'd probably get like...
Amy Schumer.
No.
Danny DeVito.
Hold on. What's
I would watch that.
I would watch the fuck out of Danny DeVito.
Fuck's a Pikachu.
That'd be great. Well, it can't be a redhead because current Hollywood just can't have redheads in it.
Oh, it would be...
I mean, they'd probably just get Haley Bailey,
it's
or whatever her name is again.
Latita White? The chick who played Black Panther's sister. I feel like that's what they clear.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, that is probably what they would do.
Oh, and I mean, that's just what they've done with redheads in general. Like, they did it to Mary Jane. They're doing it to the Little Mermaid. There's someone else I'm forgetting.
There's a lot. There's a whole list of redheads that have been erased from existence. They've been Thanos snapped.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a nothing article. This will be...
Yeah.
This is certainly a video.
This is a video indeed.
It just made us all sad.
Yeah.
thinking of the current state of Star Wars.
Don't worry, it's gonna get oh so much worse.
I'm aware.
Greetings and welcome to this another silly. No, I tongue
Try that
twisted
again.
myself. Yeah, I know. You don't have to say anything. Usually, when I fuck up an intro, I'll just pause for a second, give me time to delete it, and then say it again. Hello and welcome.
Fuck you.
Oh, you fucking interrupt me, you piece of shit. How about you fucking do the intro then, you little jack shit? Huh? You do the fucking intro.